welcome back to the channel. Today I'm getting a new fish, and if you haven't already read the title, you know it is not a goldfish, it is a betta fish. So here's a little quick story about how this little dude came to be. A few weeks ago, and I don't even remember if I've discussed this on the channel. I know I posted it on my Instagram, but my very first betta fish I ever bought passed away a couple weeks ago. His name was Flame. He was a male red fieldtail betta, and I'd had him for about 3 years. I started noticing in the last couple months that he just wasn't as active as he used to be. He laid around a lot. He wasn't really interested in flaring up, and I just suspected it was old age. So I did more water changes than I used to do on his tank, thinking that maybe possibly it was a water issue. It turned out not to be, and I think it was just old age because he eventually passed away. So I took that tank down and I let it sit empty for a couple weeks. For those of you that don't know, most bacteria that are harmful to goldfish or harmful to fish in general only live in water. If you leave a tank empty for a period of time, you will essentially kill the bacteria in the tank. So I did that, and just to be sure, not really that I suspected him to be sick, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't introduce anything to this new fish. So at that time I didn't know I was getting a fish, but I wanted to be sure that the tank was good in case I happened to. So last week I was on my Instagram and I saw World Pets TV had posted an Instagram story, and so I was just scrolling through the stories and I saw what he had posted. He had posted a picture of a rack that had several betta fish on it. And for those of you that don't know, he is a betta importer, so he sells betta fish from his home, and he's a small business. So he posted this rack and he took the picture kind of down low, and he asked whoever can guess how many betta fish are in this picture can win a free betta from me. So at that time I was like, you know, I don't have a betta fish, and why not? Because I never win anything. I sat down and I was looking through the photo, and I started counting, but the picture was taken down low, so you couldn't see how many rows of fish there were. But I was trying my best to do my best guess. So I counted once and then I counted it again. And I said 98. I think that's how many are in this photo. So I answered him, and I said my guess is 98. And I really thought I would be nowhere even near this. Had no clue. And probably a day or two later, he replied and said Kentucky Orandas had won the free betta fish, that there was indeed 98 bettas in that photo. So I was completely shocked because I never thought I would win that. Just because I don't think I've ever won anything. I'm one of those people that just does not have that luck. But I won that time, so that was pretty cool for me. He messaged me and asked me if I had a preference on what type of betta fish, and I did, actually. I had always wanted a Dumbo betta fish, and I had never had the opportunity to get one. I had Flame, and I also have Mystic. He is a mustard gas double tail betta fish, and I just always wanted a Dumbo. And so I told him that, you know, this obviously was free and I would take whatever he gave me, but I really had always wanted a Dumbo betta fish. And he said that was fine, that I would have one of those, that he had several of those. And he asked me my color preference, and I had no clue. I'm not real particular on color, and so I told him to surprise me. So today, when the fish arrives, You will get to see what it looks like for the first time, and so will I, because other than it's a Dumbo, I have no idea what it's going to look like. So that will be very interesting. Some other information, I set up his tank over the weekend, and since it had actually been sitting empty for about 3 weeks, and I filled it up this weekend and completely redecorated it. So Flame's tank had been decorated the same since I got him, because every time I would try to change his tank, he would get mad and he would hide for days and days, and he wouldn't come out and he wouldn't eat until I moved everything back the way it was. So I really never got to decorate it any other way. So there was that. And so I decided that I wasn't going to use anything of Flame. So I took everything out of it and I started completely fresh. And I will show you what that looks like here in just a second. But I did reuse the heater that was in the tank, and I reused the filter. The filter was completely sterilized and cleaned before I reset it up. It doesn't even have the same filter media. Everything is new. The heater was sanitized. Everything is completely clean. Today is Thursday, and he is supposed to arrive today. I tracked him this morning, and he was at my local post office, so he will be delivered today. Thursdays are my busy day. I work from 2 until 10 o'clock at night, and I leave here around 12:30 because I have to travel about an hour away to get there. So he has to be here before 12:30 in order for me to get him and actually set him up in the tank myself. And that shouldn't really be a problem, because usually my mail runs before noon. So I should be able to film and see him before that. So now I will go ahead and show you guys what the tank looks like. So this is a 10-gallon tank, and I decorated it completely different than Flame's tank. Like I said before, there's 2 medium pieces of mopani wood in here, and then just some artificial plants, and I made sure that the plants were not like hard plastic or pokey in any way, so they shouldn't have it shouldn't bother his fins at all. There's still some bubbles in here because I literally just did a freshwater change. So the fish has arrived, so let's take a look. Here we go. Okay, feels warm in here. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Can you guys see, little dude? Let's see. Look at him! Oh my goodness, so cute! Let's get him acclimated. So just for you guys to see, he had a heat pack in here, and the dude is still pretty warm, so I'll probably be able to put him right into the tank. Look how cute he is. So here he is after I released him into the tank. He was checking everything out, which was so cute. I actually just had fed him, so he's looking at the surface for any extra food. He seemed to be quite hungry, and I think he's probably a pretty young betta fish. Flame and Mystic both were quite a lot bigger than he is, so I think I've got some time to fatten him up. I have decided on a name for him, and I decided that I was going to name him Rain. I thought that he looks quite royal, and I already have a fish named Royalty from my baby Night. So she was Night's baby, and I called her Royalty. And so this one, I decided I was going to name Rain because he seems like he thinks he owns the joint. So I think he's super cute and he's very personable. He loves to follow my finger. I think if I tried, he would probably eat out of my hand. Like, he's pretty chill. He's pretty relaxed. I don't know how well you can tell in the picture, but he is pink, red, yellow, and white. So there is some yellow streaks in his tail. That is really interesting to me. So thanks again to World Pets TV for this beautiful betta fish, and I'll see y'all next time.